Hello everyone. Welcome to the Lean Six Sigma White Belt certification. This is session 1. I see a lot of comments here in our chat. So please tell me where are you from, or from where are you taking this training right now? Please type in our chat window here in our YouTube, okay? And if you are not able to type, that's okay. That's okay, no problem at all. So I can see Hungary, I can see Pakistan, I can see Algeria, I can see Philippines, I can see Bangladesh, South Africa, I can see Liberia, I can see Nigeria, I can see also Ukraine, I can see Botswana, I can see Angola, I can see Belgium. So please get my most sincere appreciation, okay, for the fact that you all are here taking this instructor-led live session, okay? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Let's talk about Lean Six Sigma, okay? If you had a chance to at least, search online or on the literature, what is Lean Six Sigma about? What have you found? If you had to translate, into one single word, what is Lean Six Sigma about? Please, if you had just to translate in one single word, for example, Amam from India, Naim from Tunisia, Samram from Pakistan, thank you so much, Samram, for being here with us, Muhammad from Pakistan as well, Abednico from Botswana, Doreen from Ghana. So you guys, if you had to translate into one word, so I can see Piyush said business, yeah? Said business. I can see that Sohail said control waste in operations. I love that. I love that. Somat said to reduce variation. I love that. I can see that Faizan said process improvement. I can see that Nivinka said production optimization. That's great. That's great. That's amazing. And you guys are somehow right. Yeah? You guys are not wrong. But let me develop, okay, a way of thinking here, and please let me know if that makes sense or not, okay, if that makes sense or not. I'm gonna tell you that Lean Six Sigma is, first of all, a method, okay, to analyze and solve complex problems, okay? Let's just state like this. Problems that do not have an easy cause, okay? The root cause is not easy, it's not very apparent. It's not easy to see. The root cause is not easy to see. So let's say that Lean Six Sigma is a method to analyze and solve problems where the cause is not easy, okay, to find, to see, right? Some people call these chronic problems, okay? Let's just say complex or very complex problems. Wonderful, excellent. I have a very simple question for you, Where can we find those kind of problems? Problems that do not have an easy cause, or a cause that is visible, easily visible, Where can I find these kind of problems? This is only in automotive sector. This is only on pharmaceutical. This is only on mining company. This is only in multinational companies, huge companies. Or can we find these kind of problems in smaller companies as well? Where can we find, chronic problems? Where can we find? So see what Beata said. See here. Beata said, all sectors. Rich Amara said, on businesses. So, I mean, it's really anywhere. Shoremi said, every organization. So please let me know if that makes sense or not. If we are here, today, tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow, to learn about a method to solve a kind of problem that you can find in all organizations, in all sectors, we are on top of everything talking about employability. Because if Laval, Madi, Isan, Hasib, if Justin learns a method that is applicable anywhere, we are talking about employability. You will be more employable, internally employable and externally employable as well. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? Yeah? Please let me know if that makes sense or not. Type here in our chat window. And that's why when we go, for example, for Glassdoor, okay, let's go for Glassdoor, we will find a company that supplies aluminum sheets for the automotive sector, for example, Novelis, asking, on a position here that they have just posted about Lean Six Sigma, it's a recommended capability. Then if I move to beers, now I'm talking about Heineken, they have an open position where it's desired that the professional has Lean Six Sigma certification. Then now I am shifting gears to cereal bars, yogurt, I'm talking about ice cream, and they are asking on a position saying that it's desirable that they have Lean Six Sigma knowledge. And now I'm talking about a completely different sector. I'm talking about construction, I'm talking about floor, I'm talking about another sector that is looking for professionals that have Lean Six Sigma capabilities. So it's very serious that you keep in mind that this investment of time that you are having here, it's really about increasing your employability, okay?
Yep.
And it happened in my career and in the careers of many of my students, for example, in Alexandre's, okay, career. Let's take a look.
Hey everyone, my name is Alexandre. I'm from Brazil just like Marcelo, and I was one of his white belt students a couple of years ago in 2018. And then I did the yellow belt, the green belt, and the black belt course. Nowadays I work as an independent consultant here in Brazil and also as a Lean Six Sigma instructor as well. Marcelo taught me a lot of great things, not only about the technical part of Lean Six Sigma, such as Minitab, the Lean tools, but also about the soft skills. And one of the things that I really enjoyed in this learning experience is the way that Marcelo teaches statistics. I had a lot of fun while I was learning standard deviation and things that I didn't used to like in the past. I actually hated that. Standard deviation and normal distributions and probability calculations. I thought I was not able to understand it at all. Really like to thank you, Marcelo, for everything that he's done for me so far. Nowadays, I feel lucky to be able to say that I pay all of my bills with operational excellence, mostly Lean Six Sigma. And I wish you all the best experience in this journey as well. Thanks a lot, Marcelo.
Wonderful. Guys, many people asking about the certificate. And on top of everything, I want to say the very first belt is the white belt, okay? And here, look in my eyes. This is a 100% free experience. You will have content, high quality content. You will have one simulated project tomorrow, 2 case studies, one in manufacturing, another one in service, test and certificate, okay? You will take a test on Wednesday, on session 3, yeah? Out of the 10 questions, you need to score 5 or more, and then you will be able to download your certificate, okay? This entire white belt experience is 100% free. Please type here for me if you understood that. So again, Lean Six Sigma content, simulated project, case studies, test and certificate, 100% free, okay? And that's the certificate that you will get, okay, from me. There is a certificate ID. This is a unique certificate ID. It's a kind of DNA, okay, of your certificate. And I just wanna explore a little bit about the credibility of this certificate. And here, please, I am not talking about me, I am talking about you. I'm talking about the value of the certificate that you will get on Wednesday, okay? If you wanna check me online, you can just Google me on Google Scholar, and then you'll see all my papers, my PhD thesis, my master's thesis, and I had a chance to publish many papers about Lean Six Sigma. My master's, the topic was Six Sigma. My PhD, the topic was Six Sigma as well, okay? On top of that, I have this certification from ASQ, American Society for Quality. This is the very final level, okay, master black belt. So it has to do with the most rigorous certification process in terms of Six Sigma in the planet, okay? The American Society for Quality, it's a very well-known, respected organization, okay, and they have a very tough, very hard certification process, okay? And in your certificate, there will be a line, you know, with my ASQ number. So once again, it has to do with the credibility of your certificate. And right now I am working as a partner of Minitab here in Brazil. I am a certified training provider. And Minitab is the most used statistical software in the planet, in the globe, okay? And once again, this PhD, Master Black Belt by ASQ and Minitab Certified Trainer, it's really a unique combination, okay? Guys, don't take me wrong, okay? I am learning a new thing every day, okay? I don't know everything, okay? I make my mistakes for sure. Yeah, I am learning something new every day, but I need to show you all these credentials, just once again to explain about the credibility of your certificate. It's really about you, okay? Wonderful. Beautiful. I had a chance to work 5 years for Philips Displays, 7 years for Delphi Automotive Systems, 7 years for Nielsen, market research. Then I had a chance to open up my training company, and I am working for almost 3 years for Minitab. Okay, my major is in electrical engineering. This is funny because just after I graduated, I went to Philips, and then I shifted gears to production engineering, industrial engineering. Okay, so once again, my major is in electrical engineering, but my professional career was really after my graduation completely on industrial engineering. Okay, I am based in Brazil, in Minas Gerais. It's the name of my state, okay? I am completely passionate about cheese bread, okay? Guava sweet, that's wonderful. I have a passion for music as well. My parents, they are musicians. My siblings, they are professional musicians, yeah? And I had a dream. I have to tell you that I had a dream. I had a dream when I was a child. I have very this memory, you know, very strong in my heart. Sitting, you know, with my mom on her sofa and watching some movies, some Hollywood movies, you know. And every time that is classic, like New York, Manhattan, and Chicago landscape, you know, like these big cities, with these, you know, very tall buildings and windows with the lights and everything. Every time that I, you know, watching a movie with my mom and I said that landscape, I used to say to my mom, do you believe that someday I will be an executive, you know, and like I'll be among, you know, I'll be in this environment and, you know, go into these big cities and running some meetings and trainings and projects, you know. It was really a dream, a child's dream, you know. Well, I had a chance to once again to work for Philips, and when I started working for Philips after my graduation, when I saw a production line, something, you know, something bit differently in my heart. You know, I remember when I saw a production line in front of me, something, you know, was very, very, very deep, strong and deep in my heart, you know. I don't know, maybe because of the rhythm, because of the flow, you know. But the problem is I did not have any method, you know, to offer some value in this production line, to solve a quality problem or to reduce some lead time, you know. I did not have any value because remember, my major was in electrical engineering, right? So just after I started working for Philips, I had a period in my career with a huge professional frustration, you know, a huge professional frustration. And why? Because I wanted to add some value, you know, to the process, but I did not have the method. I did not have any method, in fact, you know. And I will never forget when Luis Claudio Santos, my mentor, you know, I was an intern, you know, it was an internship program. My mentor came to me and showed this, you know, little book here. The name is Philips Quality Memory Jogger, you know, Philips Quality Memory Jogger. This book here changed my life completely. Every time that I tell this story, it's a little bit emotional for me, because when you are in love with something and you are desperate to add some value, you know, to that process, but you don't have the capabilities. I mean, this is hard. This is not easy. This is not easy, and it's completely deep in my heart, this memory, because when Luis Claudio showed me this book and I started learning about, this is the genesis of Lean Six Sigma. Ishikawa, root cause analysis, process mapping, hypothesis test, histogram, control charts, capability analysis, CPK, PPK, sigma level, control plan, FMEA, yeah? So when I started deep diving in these worlds, you know, I felt that, wow, finally I found my compass, you know. So now I know I know how to add some value, you know. So I'll never forget about the combination, you know, the combination of being frustrated and just after getting, you know, some elements to help me to surpass this frustration. Well, just to make a long story short, when I was an intern, I was living in a very simple place. I did not have like a regular bed. I was literally sleeping on the floor, as you guys can see. I had some bags, but most of my things, you know, were placed on plastic bags. You know, very simple life, very simple life. But because of this book, I was able to run a project, and with this project, Philips used to have what they called QIC, Quality Improvement Competition. I was able to sign up for this competition. And our project, it was not only me, you know, it was a team of 8 wonderful people. We won the local session, then we went to the regional session, and then we went to the country level, and then we won the country session. And then we had a chance to present our project in the US. So, I mean, it was extremely emotional, to have a chance to go to New York and to present my projects there and to start living these special things in my career. And I am 100% sure that the things that came in these more than 20 years of career, interviews in US TVs, presenting in conferences, and there are a lot of different awards, and I am 100% sure that a very good portion of that. Oh, take a look here. Take a look here. Literally traveling the world, India, South Africa, Dubai, USA, to deliver trainings in Poland, to deliver trainings in many, many different places. I know that it happened because at some point in my life, I found the right method with the right mentor. Once again, I found the right method with the right mentor. This combination completely impacted my professional life for the better, okay? This is a powerful combination. And please don't think that the amazing things that happened and happens in my career, it's because I am super smart. I am not super smart. I'm not a fast learner. I need to read again, read once again, and ask and practice, hands-on, and then I learn. And one strong evidence of this is my school report card. Take a look here. Believe or not, my scores on math were terrible. Take a look here. And I had other other challenges, when I was a child, here in Brazil. It was hard for me just to answer a phone call, as you guys can see. Some problems with standard operating procedures, right? And once again, it was a method and a mentor that helped me when I was a child, I was not able to understand why 21 divided by 3 was 7. I was not able. And then this mentor showed me a method. Think of a chocolate by this size, 21. And think that you are dividing, this chocolate, the size of 21, into 3 pieces. So what would be the size of each piece? Yeah, so the size of each piece would be 7. Yeah, and this mentor is my mom. Yeah, is my mom. By the way, my mom is about to complete 70 years old, so it's a very special week for me. On Saturday, next Saturday, she will be 70 years old. So once again, a powerful combination, method and mentor. So if things worked for me, I know I can help other people to get the same results. If things worked for me with all the limitations that I have, I am 100% sure that I can replicate this in the lives of many other people. And the number of students at this point, is above 30,000 students, okay? 30,000 students. So once again, I just wanted to share a little bit of my life with you guys, so you know me much better right now, and mainly what's my motivation, why am I here, what drives me to keep moving on in this mission. Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. And now I strongly recommend that you have pen and paper. By the way, if you have pen and paper, if you are taking notes, because if you take note on the things that we'll be talking about today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, when you take the test, it will be super easy. So if you are taking notes, please tell me here in the chat window, yes, I am taking notes. Please, yes, I am taking notes. So what is Lean Six Sigma? Yeah, what is Lean Six Sigma? So let's talk about this extremely important method, okay? Let's talk about this extremely important method, okay? Lean Six Sigma. And you need to have at least three people in your mind, okay? At least three people in your mind, okay? Bill Smith, Jack Welch, and Jim Womack. And I'll explain to you why you need to have at least these three guys, okay? In order for me to explain to you what is Lean Six Sigma, I want to break down Lean and Six Sigma, okay? Lean and Six Sigma. And let's talk about Six Sigma first. I could start this explanation saying that sigma is a standard deviation, the square root of the summation of x bar minus xi and divided by the degrees of freedom n minus 1. But I'll keep it simple. Extremely simple. Why? Because I know many people that are here are just having the very first opportunity, yeah, to learn about Lean Six Sigma. And you are my main focus, yeah, my main focus. So let's explain Six Sigma in a very simple way. I have here few post-its, okay? So I can have one, I can have two, you know, basically let's take these two post-its, okay? These two post-its. And by the way, I think I have 20 more here, okay? I have a simple question. Please type here in our chat window. Can I argue that these two post-its have the same dimensions? Or let's take just one dimension. Just this dimension here. Take a look. Just this dimension. Can I argue that these two post-its have the same dimension? Yes or not? Or the very same dimension? Yes or not? Yes or not? Yes or not? The very same. Yeah, it's so I can see here in our chat window a mix of no's and yeses, yeah? So see. Even if the machine that processed this guy here was the same machine that processed this guy here, even if the operator that processed this guy here is the same that processed this guy here, the same material, the same environment, the same method, the same measurement systems, even if we had the very same input variables, yeah, to process these two guys, in this planet, we will always have something that we call variation. Or if you want to go fancy, variability. So variation is present in any process. Every time that you aim to create two equal things, products or services, equal, absolutely equal, you will fail. It is impossible to create two products or services that are exactly the same. Impossible. Why? Because material, method, operators, machines, environments, they are not perfect. They are not. There is variation in the input. So as a consequence, we will have variation in the output. Marcelo, wait a second. I can see here in my eyes, that these post-its, they are exactly the same. I can see they are exactly the same. Or I can measure. Marcelo, I just took a scale here and I've measured, and there is no difference. You just need to find a measurement system to increase the number of decimal places, to increase the discrimination, the granularity, and you will find variation. Even if the variation is in the 10th decimal place, but you will find variation. You will find variation. And variation is good or bad? Variation is something good or bad? Something good or bad? Variation by the book, is something that we need to fight against. Why? Because variation creates problem for us in terms of predictability. You definitely want to take note of this. Variation leads to unpredictability. And predictability is an important pillar of management. In theory, you cannot manage a process if this process is unpredictable. Unpredictable. Yeah. And you want to be able to precisely predict, because sometimes you can predict. I can predict, for example, that your score on Wednesday will be somewhere between 0 and 10, 0 and 100%. I can predict that. But it's a prediction with very poor precision. Yeah. So on top of predicting the behavior of my processes, I want to be able to precisely predict. Yeah. Does it make sense? Yeah. This is very serious. So why am I, exploring and this topic, very carefully? Because the foundation of Six Sigma, the core of Six Sigma is to fight variation. So if we had to summarize Six Sigma in one single quote, we would say Six Sigma is about reducing variation, and I think you want to take note of that. Six Sigma is about reducing variation. Yeah, reducing variation. And it was created in the US by a guy named Bill Smith, yeah, in Motorola on the 1980s, yeah. And Bill Smith created, but maybe one of the companies that better used Six Sigma was GE, mainly because Jack Welch, the CEO at that time, understood that Six Sigma should be something really cultural, really embedded in the culture of the company, because continuous improvement has a lot to do with here and here. Yeah, there is a lot to do here as well, but mainly here, heart, yeah, and mind. Yeah, and Jack Welch did this very well, very well. You know, culturally. Today we have other companies that apply Lean Six Sigma, or at this point Six Sigma, very well, very well. But G is definitely one of them. So once again, Bill Smith created Six Sigma. Yeah, Jack Welch better used. Someone said Toyota. Here we need to be a little bit careful because Toyota is the genesis of Lean. So now let's shift gears to Lean, and Lean has to do with waste reduction, Six Sigma variation reduction, Lean waste reduction. Okay, and the genesis of Six Sigma is in the US. The genesis of Lean is in Japan, in Toyota. Yeah, TPS, Toyota Production System. Yeah, but one of the authors or the experts that brought, you know, Six Sigma or Lean, let's say globally, you know, and with this term Lean was Jim Womack. Okay, in fact, the person was John Krafchick, that was one of the guys, part of the team of Professor Jim Womack. Yeah, but Jim Womack is definitely an important guy to keep in mind from MIT. This is the guy that wrote the book, the famous book, The Machine That Changed the World. Yeah, so Jim Womack very much connected to Lean, Bill Smith and Jack Welch to Six Sigma. Six Sigma is all about variation reduction. Lean is all about waste reduction. Okay, so if we are on the same page, type here for me, yes, we are on the same page. Type here in our chat window, if we are on the same page. Type yes, Marcelo, we are on the same page. Okay, wonderful, excellent, excellent. So Lean Six Sigma, thank you, Kennedy Fazia, thank you, Vital, thank you so much, Joyce, thank you so much, Ronald, for being here, Muhammad, thank you so much, Christine, thank you so much, guys, for the engagement in the chat as well. Thank you so much. Okay, perfect. Lean Six Sigma is a method focused in solving complex problems. Yeah, and as a consequence, we will reduce variation. Yeah, and reduce waste. Yeah, reduce waste, reduce variation. Excellent, excellent. But how does it happen? How does it happen? You know, it's not magic. You know, it's not magic. How does it happen? So it happens via projects. So we will need Collins, Gayurk, Olusa, Lee, Rakib, Rich, Junaid. They will have to run projects. You guys will have to run projects. So now it's maybe the most important moment of the class. Now it's time to talk about the project framework. How do we run this project? So this is a very important framework. First of all, you will define, you know, the problem to be solved. Then you will be measuring the problem to be solved. Then you will be analyzing the root causes, then taking corrective actions and maintaining the good results. So the make is extremely important. Attention, ladies and gentlemen. The make is extremely important. Please write down the make in as many places as possible. as many places as possible. Right now on your notes, feel free to write down the make on the walls of your office, you know, in your room. In your meeting room. You can tattoo the make, you know. You got my message, right? If we just separate, if we just eliminate, you know, the humor, my jokes here, if we just eliminate my humor, my jokes, you got the message, right? Very important. The make is very important. So now I need you all with me because the core topic of session 1 is to fully understand the objective of each phase. I need you to fully understand the main objective of each phase. Okay? Okay? So define. It's a little bit tricky, you know, this name, define, because in fact, we want to check how relevant is your problem. So when I say, okay, now, Anas, now I have defined my problem. So it suggests that you have prioritized, you know, out of a list of improvement opportunities, you found the most critical problem to be solved, or the 3 most critical. Are we on the same page? Are we on the same page? So when I say define, I'm talking about, how do you prioritize the problems to be solved, you know? And there is a very good way to check if your problem is a priority or not. It's a very simple and powerful way. We call this the pyramid structure, okay? Pyramid structure, yeah? So pyramid structure has to do with an introduction. So on top of the pyramid, I have an introduction, yeah? And then I have the negative effects of not solving the problems, okay? So introduction and the negative effects of not solving the problems. For example, let's suppose I want to run, you know, I want to run a project about, I don't know if everybody here is into football, you know, not American football, the classic football, soccer, yeah? And in 2014, Brazil was the host of the World Cup here. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. And in the semifinals, we lost Germany, you know, 7-1. The score was 7-1. So terrible, terrible. If you are not very much into soccer, just know that 7 is too much. 7 is too much. So if I want to write down to check, you know, if solving, you know, this critical problem of losing a semifinal by this score, if this is critical or not, I can write down, you know, I can write down Brazil. Here in Brazil, everybody loves soccer. Everybody loves soccer. It's super important, super important. And we go to the stadiums and we celebrate, and this is soccer represents a good portion of our happiness, you know. Perfect. After 64 years, because last time Brazil hosted a World Cup was in 1950. So 64 years later, we had the chance, we were hosting again a World Cup. And the stadium was crowded, you know, full of people. And then in the semifinals, we were playing against Germany, and then we lost 7-1. This problem must be solved. We cannot have this kind of situation again. Not anymore. Otherwise, boom, then you come up with a list of negative effects. Are we on the same page? Yeah, negative effects. So please tell me, what are the negative effects of, keep losing, like the round of 16 or quarterfinals or semifinals or finals, like regardless the phase of the, of the competition, what's the negative effect of losing, 7-1 or 6-1, or what's the consequence? Yeah, what are the consequences, the negative effects? So Arkham said demotivation. I like that. Shay said fans would sadness of the audience, reputation, yeah, reduction of motivation, not participating in the World Cup, you get to learn more, depression, yeah, Riot, we become depressed, yeah. See what Choremi said. Choremi said, we will lose sponsorship. And here I wanna say something to everybody. Anup, Oluwashu, Muhammad, you guys are not wrong in saying that we will get demotivated. This is not wrong. You can say this. But remember that this method, Lean Six Sigma, will be using in corporate, in organizations. And we will not discuss if this is right or wrong, but since the organizations are embedded on a system that we call capitalism, yeah, we need to consider as part of the negative effects the financial impact. We need to consider the negative financial impact. This is very important, very important. It is simple, but it is critical. So from now on, every time that you write down a problem statement on defined phase, or an email to your leader, to your boss, or to someone that you are trying to argue that that problem is relevant, please, if this problem is part of a corporate context, you must write down the negative financial impact. You must do that. So yes, Precious, losing sponsorship. Yeah, what else? Catherine said sport shoes. I can say jerseys. So revenue will go down. Because Brazilians are not buying jerseys. Does it make sense? Yeah, companies do not want to sponsor the national team anymore, for example. People are not going to the stadiums, so there is a reduction in terms of revenue because of the tickets. Yeah, correct, Dexter. Yeah, so what kind of negative impact in terms of economy, So why do we need to state these negative effects? Because normally leadership listens to these facts with different ears. Yeah. So I can talk about reputation, I can talk about, credibility, I can talk about this. But once again, when I talk about the negative effects, I need to connect somehow, Victor, perfect. So the tourism will go down, So I need to argue that there will be an impact in terms of finance. Does it make sense? Please type here for me if that makes sense. Please type here for me if it makes sense or not. Okay? So this is what we call pyramid structure. Introduction, call to action. We need to solve this problem. Otherwise, boom, a list of negative effects in terms of financially speaking. Okay? Perfect. Perfect. I saw someone writing down Argentina will beat Brazil. Come on, everybody! I love my Argentinians, brothers and sisters. Okay, love to you all. I don't know if you guys know, if everybody knows. In terms of soccer, there are some dynamics, interesting dynamics involving Brazilians and Argentinians. Yeah? You guys know. You guys know that. Who is comfortable with define phase? So define is all about defining the problem that I'll be solving, but considering the priority of the problems, because all of us, we have more than one problem to solve. All of us, we have more than one problem to solve. So you need to somehow rank. You need to rank, you know, and how do you argue that this is the most critical problem? Yeah, you need to, to check what's the financial impact. Yeah, financial impact. Perfect. Yeah, does it make sense? Yeah, guys, we will be going max 35 more minutes, okay, here in this session. The sessions will be approximately 90 minutes long. Okay, perfect. So are we good in terms of define phase? Yes. Pyramid structure, introduction, and negative effects. Yeah, introduction and negative effects. Please let me know if we are good. Let me know if we are good. Yeah? Perfect. Yeah, amazing. So now let's see if you guys took note. After define phase, what is the next phase? Let's see if we are on the same page. After, yeah, introduction means you will present the main context that involves your problem. Okay. Yes, measure. And here in measure phase, we need to talk about the size of the problem. Because once again, I don't know, in your company, according to your experience, according to your, professional history so far, have you seen things like that? I was working for Philips, and then someone called me. I was in my apartment on a Saturday night, and someone called me saying, I used to be the responsible kind of supervisor for they used to call IQC, Income Quality Control. Yeah, so I was the responsible for the suppliers in terms of quality. Okay. And then someone called me, Marcelo, we have a problem. We have TV screens with scratches. Is this a critical problem? Scratch on the TV screen? Yes, for sure. My second question was, how many screens were scratched? And I will never forget the answer. The answer was way too many, or a lot. How many screens? The answer was a lot. Way too many. So, are we on the same page? When I ask how many screens, the answer should be, I don't know, 45, 62, 17, 4, a number, and not like a lot or way too many. So when I say a lot, way too many, it suggests that we are not measuring. We are not measuring. Yeah? So yes, Hasib, I need a number. I need a number, right? A number. So that's why on measure phase we need to have stats, okay? And I want to ask you, if you like stats, that's amazing. But if you don't like stats, that's okay as well. Just give me an opportunity to present statistics, the main concepts, in a very simple way. Because in measure phase, we'll need to use statistics. Statistics, it's a science that has to do with understanding the status of the processes in our context. So we want to analyze data and make conclusions. And take, different ways to correct, our problem, to correct the problem in our process. Yes, in our processes. So when you take a column, full of numbers, I have a lot of numbers in this column, normally, what do we do? So take a look in this example here, NBA. So another example in terms of sports. Imagine opponent's rebounds, TRB. Imagine that I have this column here. Normally, what do we do? Yeah? What do we do when we have a column, with a lot of numbers, for example, in terms of opponent's rebounds? Normally, what do we calculate? Imagine that I had a chance to measure here, many, different post-its, and then many different post-its. And then I have, a column with a data set of 30 numbers, 30 numbers. Normally, what do we calculate? There is frequency is 1. Yes, Roda. Yes, Nevenka. Yes. Yes, Pinky. Yes. Normally, we calculate the mean. And mean is necessary, but almost always very dangerous to make final conclusions. I strongly recommend you do not make, important conclusions based on mean only. It is necessary, but almost always not sufficient. And I'll explain you why. I won. I can argue that I won on average. FIFA Golden Ball, this is the best soccer player in the globe, more than 3 times. And then you ask, really, Marcelo? And then I say, yes. Messi won 7 times, and I didn't win 1 single time. So Messi has 7 awards. I have 0, but 7 plus 0 equals divided by 2 equals to 3.5. So I can argue that on average, Messi and me, we have 3.5 golden balls. This is mathematically correct. The problem is that I am closing my eyes to range, to variation, because on average it's 3.5, but it is from 0 to 7. Yeah? So mean is dangerous. You must consider on top of mean variation. You need to have some flavor, in terms of variation. And it can be max minus mean. It can be, for example, 7 minus 0. It's range, So you can say, okay, on average, Marcelo and Messi won 3.5, but the variation, the range is from 0 to 7. If you got this, please type here for me, I got it. Please type here for me. If you understood that, type here for me, I got it. Please. Type here for me, I got it. Yeah? Perfect? Yes? Wonderful, excellent. Just for me to have a sense, if you are having fun, type here for me, yeah. If you are having fun with the session so far, type here for me, yeah, I'm having fun. Please type here for me. If you are enjoying this session, type here for me, yeah, Nelson, yeah, Christine, yeah, Zico, Daniel, yeah, Melvin. Do you know why am I asking this? Because I can feel amazing things coming from Solomon. Wow, now there is an explosion of I can feel that. Thank you so much, Muhammad. Thank you, Hamad. Thank you so much. Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you so much, guys. I can feel the love. Okay, so I can simply say that statistics, we have descriptive statistics. I want to better describe a data set. I just want to better describe a data set, not only calculating mean, and at least one more statistics that we call range, for example, max minus mean, that's it. And descriptive statistics, wonderful, I am better describing my data set. Descriptive statistics, this is good. But more beautiful than descriptive statistics, it is inferential statistics. And what is to infer? Inferential, what's, to infer about something. So now I need your help. Take a look here. And let me see if I can change my, yeah. So take a look here. It will sound as a silly question, as a tricky question, but it's not. It's a real true question, okay? I need to you guys are quality inspectors, okay? And you need to tell me if this is good or bad, okay? And good is circle. Circle is good. The part is good. Square is bad. So just tell me if it's good or bad, okay? Good is circle, bad is square, okay? So please tell me here, this is good or bad? This one here. This is good or bad? This is good or bad? Yeah, remember? Perfect, perfect. This is good. Excellent, excellent. This one here is good or bad? This one here is good or bad? This one here is good or bad? Bad, perfect. So see, very simple, circle, square, good, bad, simple, simple. Now, let me make this a little bit harder, okay, a little bit harder. And I swear there is no, silly question here. It's really only good or bad. Tell me, if based on the information that you have here, you would say that this is good or bad, or even simpler, based on this information, you would say that this is a circle or this is a square here. This is a circle or a square. This one here. It's good, perfect. It's good. Yeah, this one here, it's good. Why? Because it's a circle, right? This is beautiful and this is powerful because you all just gave an important evidence about the power of inferential statistics. Because see, I did not have to show you all data points. See, you guys didn't need all data points. Just with few data points, take a look. Just with few data points, you can see that this is a circle. You don't need the full circle. You don't need the full circle, or you didn't need the full circle in this real situation. You guys reached the same conclusion, the very same conclusion, with few data points versus all data points. So we ran an experiment that points to the direction that we don't need to have all data points always. We can reach the same conclusion with part of the population. And how do we call part of the population? What's the name that we give for these, few data points? I don't have everything. I have just part of the circle. I have just part of the circle. Who knows? What's the name? What's the name of this? What's the name of this? Part of the... Perfect. Panucciano. This is what we call sample. So just by looking to a sample, you were able to reach the very same conclusion. So you were able to infer, to project. And that's why statistics is so present in organizations. Because a sample is cheaper, it's faster to get, it's more controllable. Yeah, this is so important, so important. And maybe you are thinking, I don't know, because when I don't have 100% of the data, when I don't have the population, there is margin of error. I need to consider margin of error, and I don't trust inferential statistics. Yeah, because some researches do not work, they fail, Well, if you don't trust inferential statistics, next time you go to a blood test, please ask them to take 100% of your blood. If you don't trust inferential statistics, Next time you go for a blood test, you are in trouble, my friends. You are in trouble. You know, just take them out like a vampire. You know, flow. Yeah. You must you must trust inferential statistics. You must, you know? And we are full of examples of the applicability of inferential statistics in our life, you know, in our lives, right? Yeah, beautiful. Inferential statistics. Tomorrow, I'll be opening up Minitab. We'll be running some hypothesis testing. I'll be showing control charts, okay? But it's important in this introduction that I touch your heart first. Because if I touch your heart first, you will become a self-learner, you know? And that's what I want. I really need you to understand the importance of this, because then you will not be afraid anymore of stats. Because this is so important. So important. Yeah? So once again, it's really about measuring the size of the problem, okay? Measuring the size of the problem. Yeah? Measuring the size of the problem. And okay, define. I have defined the problem to be solved. Now I know the size of the problem. And tomorrow we'll be seeing in our simulated project how does descriptive and inferential statistics come together to help us presenting the size of the problem, okay? The size of the problem. So please tell me if we are on the same page. Please type yes if we are good in terms of define and measure. Type here for me if we are good in terms of define and measure, please. Victor, I do not give notes, and I'll explain why. Because you guys will take a test on Wednesday. And if you make your own notes, it becomes an active learning experience. If I give you a PDF file with my notes, believe me, it will damage your learning process. And I don't want to damage your learning process. Trust me, okay? I am operating as an educator, as a professor for more than 20 years. So it's very important that the learning process is active. You guys are very much important, okay? So see, analyze phase, it's all about root cause, okay? And when we talk about root cause, we need to understand y as a function of x, okay? And let's be very careful here. Because I want to keep it simple, okay? Y, we call y the dependent variable, and we call x independent variable, okay? Dependent variable, independent variable. And this f stands for function. And y is really our problem, and x is really the cause or the causes. So we want to understand how does our problem, how does our problem behave according to the factors. Brazil lost 7-1 against Germany because of the players, because of the environment, because of the coach, because of the method, So we need to be Mohamed, Rambo, Siet, Gayur, Ashar, Panosiano, Usama, Fate, Nelson. We all need to be crazy for y as a function of x. We must love this process, okay, of finding the x's that impact the y. That's the real thing. That's the real thing. We need to be crazy investigators, like Sherlock Holmes. We are Sherlock Holmes. In fact, we are. We must be Sherlock Holmes. Who is crazy for, finding the factors that impact the results? Please type here. I love that. Type here for me. I love that. I love that. If you love, finding the factors that impact your why. Because when you find the factors that impact your why, you stop guessing. And you must stop guessing, because amateurs guess. And you are a top performer. You are a high performer. You are an extremely employable, professional. So you don't want to guess. You don't want to guess. You want to apply a scientific method to find the factor or factors that will definitely solve the problem, or at least very much positively impact the processes. So you don't want to like guessing. And I want to reinforce this because there is a lot of agility in the air. There's a lot of, I am not against agile. I am not against agile. But I think many people misunderstand being agile versus guessing. Guessing is dangerous. Trial and error is dangerous. Trial and error is dangerous because when you find the solution with trial and error, if I ask you why, you don't know. You don't know because you were guessing. You were guessing. So you did not extract any knowledge from that experience. And this is very serious. So once again, you must be crazy. You must love, y as a function of x. Okay? Y as a function of x. Because you maximize the chances of being more assertive. When you find the right factors, you'll be more assertive. And companies pay much more professionals that are assertive. I know that life is not only about money. I know. But I want you guys to be very well paid professionals. Okay? Can I wish that? Can I wish that for you guys? Companies pay for professionals that do not guess. Don't try to be like Chuck Norris, that has the answer for everything, like, yeah, problem, do that. You don't need. Attention, ladies and gentlemen, many times you don't need to have the answer right away. You don't need to give an answer right away. You don't need. You can say, wait. I don't even know if this problem is a priority. I need to measure. I need to collect some data. I need to run some experiments. I am not a magician. I am not a magician. You can say that you need some time to investigate and operate scientifically versus guessing. So agility is very different from guessing. You don't want to guess. Guessing is for amateurs. And if you are afraid, no, Marcelo, I am afraid of y as a function of x. I am afraid, I am paralyzed. I am paralyzed when I see that because it reminds me that terrible math teacher that I had in the college, So if you are paralyzed when you see y as a function of x, give me a chance. I got married. 8 years ago, to the love of my life. My friends used to call me, Marcelo, let's play soccer. Before I got married, I had the answer right away. Yeah, let's play soccer. Then I got married to the love of my life. But there are some facts. My father-in-law is the police chief of my city. This is real. He's the police chief of my city. I know you are laughing. I know you are laughing. I can feel that. I can feel. You are laughing at me. He is the police chief of my city. I got married to the police chief's daughter. And she is a lawyer. She's an attorney, expert in family. Yeah, she knows about topics like divorce and these things. Sweating, see? So, after I got married, when my friends call me, hey Marcelo, let's play soccer. Before, I used to be an ex, independent variable. Independent. After getting married, the response to my friends, the response is a function of my wife's response. Marcelinho, let's play soccer. I don't know. Let me check with my wife. So my presence in the soccer is a function of my wife's response. Yeah, my wife's response. Does it make sense? Yeah? So, just to break any trauma about y as a function of x, okay? Why do we need to reach the root cause of the problems? Because we don't want the problem to come back again. If we reach the root, the chances for the problem, to come back reduces drastically, okay? Drastically, yeah? Drastically. Yeah? So if you are comfortable with define, measure, and analyze phase, type here for me, yes, if you are comfortable. Let's prioritize the problems and touch the one or those ones that are critical in terms of financial impact. Let's measure the size of the operational problem and let's find the root cause, the X that impact my problem, okay? And after that, and only after that, I can go to improve phase and take corrective actions. And taking corrective actions means shifting from containment to correction. So what do I mean by this? Containment, it's just band-aid. I am not fixing the problem. I am just containing the problem. And we don't like to contain because normally just containing the problem is much more expensive. For example, I did not find the root cause of a quality problem in terms of post-it, for example, and then I need to add another step in the process to check the quality and separate the ones that do not have good quality, and separate the rejects. This is expensive, expensive. So we want to shift from containment to correction, okay? To correction. And that's it for improved phase. That's it. We want to take corrective actions, okay? Corrective actions, yeah? And after taking corrective actions, I really think we'll be able to we will need to maintain the positive results, yeah? And this is the main objective of control phase. And how do we maintain positive results? We maintain positive results by running, for example, what we call control plan. We'll have a control plan. What are the axes that we need to keep? Close eyes, close eyes, to guarantee that our process will not go back to the initial stage. Yeah, to the initial stage. So, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's it for today. That's it for today. We had a chance to talk about Six Sigma, reduce variation, lean, reduce waste, then write the make everywhere. Write the make everywhere to be really strong in your heart. Okay? Then define the problem to be solved, measure the problem that you are solving, analyze, find the root causes, improve, take corrective actions, control, let's maintain the positive results. And how do we maintain? With a good control plan, Okay, you need to check the excess, the input variables that impact the output. Guys, tomorrow is the most important class. Why tomorrow is the most important class? Why is tomorrow the most important class? Because we will be running a simulated project, okay? Fazia is asking about why Six Sigma. I will not be talking about standard deviation, why we need to consider from the spec limit to the mean 6 standard deviations, because the most important thing here for me is to touch the heart of the participants that are seeing these for the very first time. So we will not go into the technicality, because if I touch here first, you guys will feel motivated to deep dive on the topics, okay? But 6 has to do with the number of standard deviations between the mean and the closest specification limit, okay? But this is a little bit of technicality, okay, for this moment. So tomorrow is by far the most important session. By far. If you will be here tomorrow at this very same time, type here, yes, I'll be here tomorrow, okay? And in case you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, okay, it will be a pleasure to connect with you guys on LinkedIn. This is the QR code, okay? In case you are taking the session from your computer, you can just point your cell phone, and join my LinkedIn connection. Or if you just want to type on LinkedIn Marcelo Machado Fernandes, okay, you can also join me there, and it will be a pleasure to keep in contact with you. This session number 1 was extremely special. Thank you so much for hundreds of people being here live. I know that depending on your time zone, it's very challenging, but it has a lot to do with your level of desire to move your career to the next level, okay? If we want to get greater things in our career, we need to spend time and energy to make it happen. It will not happen like all of a sudden as a magic. We need to invest, and I truly appreciate your investment in terms of time here with me, and it was super special. Thank you, Javi. Thank you so much. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Love Day. Thank you, Mood. Thank you, Girez. Thank you, Anas. Thank you, Narges. I hope my pronunciation is good enough. Anjola, thank you so much. AutoCAD Expert, thank you so much, Isa. Thank you so much, Catherine, Gregory. Thank you so much, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.